Marks County reporting live, not live, but almost live, from Washington Square Park here in New York City. Been doing a lot of walking around, boy, and I got a lot of news for you. I got a lot of things to tell you about. I was just talking to Mike. You remember Mike? You remember Mike, the guy in the video the other day, 2 days ago? Just talking to Mike, and we were talking about the people coming out of their homes again. I got to tell you, this could get very ugly, or it could get very pleasant with people. My assessment is this: there's a lot of people walking around. They're like zombies. They have their mask on. I'll give you an example. I talked to this one guy, right? He was walking by me. I was on my bike smiling. No mask. See my face. Happy. I just drank a bottle of water. I'm a little thirsty now, but I drank a bottle of water, right? And I was happy. I was having a good time, right? And I looked at his face, and he was walking like this. He was walking like a dead guy, right? Like he's in a trance, right? He's walking like he's in a trance. And I said to him, "Are you okay?" I said, "You okay?" And he said, he took his mask down. He smiled. He said, "No, I'm not." And he just kept on walking and mumbling. Well dressed. I saw another old lady, right? Another old lady. She was walking by, and she says, "Do you have any money?" I said, No, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. Right? Why are you asking me for money? I said to myself, why are you asking me for money when you have? She's not a homeless person. There's a difference in New York. This is an elderly person that hasn't been out of the house in a long time, and her hair was a mess, and her hair, and she kept asking me, "Do you have any money?" And it led me to believe, do people have money? Has that part of the system? Is it failing people right now? I don't know the answer to that yet. I'm going to get there though. So the emotional withdrawal is going to be severe for many. They're getting, last week people were happy. People were cool, right? They weren't being cunts. And now it seems there's a bit of they're very serious, they're very angst. And again, if you're watching this, in other states, not New York, or you're abroad, wherever, I'm giving you what's happening on the ground in New York, the epicenter of so many things, or was so many things. Different culture, right? These guys are rocking. Musical break. See, people are happy in the park. People are having a good time here because they're doing their thing, right? Entertainers, right? Oh, you want to hear another story? I'm sorry. I'm on me. I could be on you if you want to be. How you doing, man? You doing good?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? You chilling like Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I'm chilling like Bob Dylan.
You getting your vitamin D with no shirt on? Feeling good?
I'm trying to, basically.
How do you find exercising with a mask on? Isn't it a little debilitating?
A little bit. It's harder to breathe, but this is good training for when you take it off and you're flying.
Ah, that's a good thing. Are you walking around the city a lot?
Occasionally. I try to minimize it, but I do need to come out. I'm a human being. We need fresh air.
Right.
Staying cooped up inside is not healthy. But I understand the situation we're in. So
you and me are the healthiest guys in this park right now. I'm out here every day.
I'm trying to catch up to you.
I got better hair than you. That's about it.
I hear that. I think you have better at a lot of things.
So are you, when you walk around the street, are you finding people to be angry? Are they upset?
I find them to be fearful for the most part. Very timid. Everyone's acting on fear right now, and they're in self-protection mode, which is nice, but fight or flight is not something you need to be in. Just be mindful about the situation. That's all.
Right.
Stay grounded.
You think it's still a contagious, deadly bug floating around, or it's all overblown right now? It's open up the fucking businesses already. Let's go.
Listen, man, I'll keep it real with you. America is a corporate favored nation. Right. All right, whatever's going on,
we don't even know about, right?
We don't. It's so deep. We don't have the equipment to dive that deep and figure it out.
So what do we do to survive? We get outside and we exercise, and we talk to people.
You socialize. stay healthy, eating obviously, sleeping, enlightening your mind with whatever it is that interests you to gain a step forward in the world.
How about let go of the past? A lot of people holding on to the past.
You know, it's funny you say that. I'm one of those people that hold on to the past, and I try my best to learn from it, but it's not easy to let go, and that's probably why I stay on it. It's to try to learn all I can from it before I let it go.
It's making people sick. They haven't. I'm watching stories on mainstream media. People that their kids haven't seen other kids. Their dogs haven't seen other dogs. Oh, I
haven't seen my son. I haven't seen my son. It's been almost 3 to 4 months.
Here's one thing, right? Here's a story, right? A guy is walking. Guy's walking, right? And he's walking with his girl, right? And the guy, I'm watching from behind, right? It's like two people, and I'm watching from behind. And the girl grabs the guy's hand. No, the guy grabs the girl's hand. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The guy grabs the girl's hand, and you see her kind of shake it off. Like, you think people are fucking?
What do you mean? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I wish I was one of them.
So you think people are home interacting?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are they having a good time in their house all by themselves?
If you know how to love yourself, yes.
And if you don't, what happens?
It's going to be a long learning experience for you in that dark rabbit hole.
So what won? Did truth win or did evil win? What I'm asking you is this: did the oligarchs outsmart themselves? Did they overplay their hand, the billionaire class? Did they overplay their hand?
No.
And they realized, so they're still going to win the game?
Of course. As long as corporations are favored, they will win. Until
what if people wake up and refuse to participate?
That's the only way. Is if the people as a whole, all 300 million Americans.
Well, where are they going to go from here? They can't. There's no more down. We're all the way down.
They can always.
You realize that there's an economic meltdown completely.
And it's inevitably going to happen. But until then,
we're just lucky that the internet's still on, the lights are still on. They're keeping the place pretty clean. Yeah. There's food in the supermarkets, right?
It should be this way all the time. Why do we need a pandemic?
It should be this way all the time. But it is for you and me. But there's a lot of misery on the back of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of misery because of our freedom. Because that's the kind of person you are. You would have been out here anyway. I would have been out here anyway.
Yes.
But somebody that has a corporate job that works 12 hours a day doesn't know how to do that. They don't know how to come out and meet you. They don't know how to come out. They're scared of you. It's like, who is this guy?
Why?
Why doesn't he? Because you don't have a shirt on.
It's because not
you're in the park.
Seeing a person without a shirt.
No, but you're in the park.
Through the pandemic, is that the situation?
I don't know. I'm just. What are people afraid of? That's what I'm asking you.
They're afraid of the unknown.
So they're afraid of people.
And they're being spoon-fed information without doing their own due diligence.
Right. I'm with you on the corporations, by the way. That's just not what I want to talk about.
Right.
Of course, the corporations are running the whole. They're running the whole shit, right?
Yeah.
But beyond that, there's also another level above that, and that's like this ruling class families that you don't know their name.
The central privates. Yes, I'm aware. Right. I'm aware.
The people like Lloyd Blankfein, the CEOs of the banks, they're very influential and they're important, but they answer to a class of people with all the money and all the power.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
and it ain't no Trump and it ain't no fucking Biden.
No. These guys are puppets compared to who is really up on top.
Correct. So we agree on that.
Yes.
That's why Bernie Sanders had it right before he shot himself in the foot and quit. Right? He was saying that get money out of politics and all that, but he's not the chosen guy. He's not the guy to do it because he folded. He quit.
He can't. Yeah, we need someone younger. I would say on a.
Right.
It's almost not easy to label what we need. It's like we can feel what we need, but we need a collective group of people who are willing to probably give their life for the movement.
Do you think it's going to get ugly then?
Of course. Before it gets pretty, I mean, how ugly? I don't know.
What about do you know the history of Gandhi? I'm keeping you from your exercises. You good? You all right?
Yeah, I'm cooling down anyway.
Good. Like Gandhi said, passive resistance.
Yes.
Where by doing less, you're actually bringing them to their knees. You're bringing them down.
By not participating.
The only way they win is if you're afraid. Correct. Fear is the tool.
Yes.
Fear of some mysterious bug that we can't seem to prove it for sure that all these people died. In fact, it looks like the opposite.
Yes. Yeah.
What if I told you that people that were on aggressive medications and visit the doctor every 3 days, haven't been to a doctor, and they're not taking their medications, and they feel better?
You know, I wouldn't. It's funny. I wouldn't be shocked because I'm already well aware of the poison that pharmaceutical companies put into every sort of medication that's meant to help you.
Are you on any pharmaceuticals?
Not at all. I used to be a pharmacy technician many years ago, and once I became aware of the situation, I stopped.
I was a nutritionist in the 1980s, and I realized it then, and you know, and have never been on any prolonged medications ever. Maybe just, you know, a painkiller here and there or whatever, or some antibiotic once in a while.
I have to be on my deathbed to take anything, to be honest.
Right.
You know, and I don't take Tylenol. I don't
drink
take
a smoke
things. I smoke weed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they say that cures coronavirus right now.
Supposedly it does, and you know what? Why not? If it works. I mean, I'm already out here anyway, right?
I think people that you know, like, I think people that were suffering from addictions are suddenly gonna not be so addicted anymore.
Correct.
But there's a grace period, right? People have to. They got to face the withdrawal. That's what it is. It's withdrawal.
Facing your demons, facing yourself in that mirror for the true ugly self that you've been hiding. It's necessary to overcome and catalyze the change. Until then, it's never going to happen.
Wow. Good talking to you. What's your name, man?
Javier.
Do you have a website or anything that you promote?
You can, you know, I'm trying to do my best with fitness. You can follow me on Instagram, Hades.if, F as in Frank, so it's Infinite Fitness. Hades, the underworld god, that's who I identify with.
Sounds good, man. Good talking to you, man. Thank you. Peace, man. Wow, that was an interesting guy. That guy's fucking crazy, man. See the wisdom, right? The guy's outside exercising, man. He ain't playing, he ain't fucking around. It's a little different, man. It's a little different. I said, man, you heard me? Turned into a hippie. It's a little different in the park. And I could walk around the streets and I could show you the zombies, the people that are not enjoying themselves. But right here, we got somebody, they're coming out and they're expressing themselves. Finally. A little bit. But people are going to be fucked up by this. I'm telling you, I told you that was the story. I told you right away. And when you lock people down like this, and they lose connection with the things that they love, their ball games, their, you know, all the things that they love, right? All the attachments are gone. The oligarchs, they wiped the slate, right? They wiped it out. This is an economic total shutdown, a total economic meltdown that the one that we've been expecting. Now people are saying, what's up, boss? It could be violent and aggressive, or it could be better than the 60s. That might just be what we're at right now, is my guesstimation. At least in New York City, and so goes New York City, so goes the world. I said that. I'm on me, bro. Yeah. You cool with that?
Yeah, are you a YouTuber?
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Marcus Conti, what's up, boss? So
I'm nervous.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
What are you nervous about? Are you afraid? I'll keep it on me. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
A little. I guess.
Can I bring you in?
I'm too nervous. I'm sorry.
How long have you been? How long have you been? What's that?
How many subscribers you have?
I don't know, 7,000, 8,000 maybe.
Oh, that's a lot. Good for you.
If I was live, there'd probably be 100 people watching. We're not live right now. Yeah, it's not about the numbers.
I'm trying to have a YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel too.
I'm more about 300. You saw the movie 300?
I'm nervous. I don't watch movies. I try not to.
It's a movie about 300 Spartans that changed the world.
Cool.
As opposed to they held off the Roman Empire, and they became
I gotta learn
warriors.
more about old history.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know anything
Greek
about
history.
that. I don't even know the BC, AD. I don't
I'm
understand.
not nervous anymore.
I'm still
I broke
nervous.
it.
I'm still nervous.
So, what's your name, man?
I don't want to say.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, Marcus Conti.
With a K? With a C?
M-A-R-C, and M-A-R-C-U-C. I'll give you a card.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a YouTube channel too. I don't know why I'm nervous.
My
to get
name
your
is
YouTube
written in
channel.
the house. It's written in the hat, and you can.
You're very patriotic.
Yeah, I am. I actually am. I still believe in the concept. I still believe in America. Do you?
I think that's so it's weird. I mean, so it's kind of like almost like a religion when people have different interpretations of the Bible, and I think people have different interpretations of the Constitution, and so I think that's too broad of a question.
Yeah.
Clearly, America.
Well, okay. Do you believe that? All right. Let me rephrase. Do you believe that a people of a country of the people, by the people, for the people can return to ruling itself? Because we're not self-ruled anymore.
What I could say is, being in New York, I meet an unbelievably large amount of immigrants, and they all want to be here. So I often find myself complaining about, this sucks. But then I meet all these immigrants, and they're going crazy. They're going crazy trying to get the green card, and it's really it's amusing to see.
We want to get the hell out of here, and they want to get in.
Yeah, I mean, look, nothing's good or bad.
What are we missing? What did you? Let me ask you a question.
Everyone around the world always,
in a general way,
but they very often say America is number one. Sometimes I meet people who say it's too intense, and they want to go back to Europe or something like that.
Let me ask you a question. It's on me, boss. It's on me. So let me, people are a little hostile.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's not going to spoil our day. I forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, in a general way, what were you doing before this alleged virus? What was the nature of what you were doing in your life?
Oh, I don't want to get too personal about my life.
Okay. Were you an artist or commercial work or something? Give me a ballpark.
Okay.
Work at a bank?
I'll be personal.
Bartender?
I'll be personal.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just curious. Do you find like you want to do something different, or you want to go back and do what you were doing?
I think a lot of people after this will try to do. It's really scary because I don't want to say anything that's offensive to anyone. There's only a truth. I don't want people to get offended if I'm not wearing the mask. I got to put the mask on because people might yell at me through the comments.
Yeah, no, they won't. Not this crowd. They're going to tell you, they're going to laugh at you and say, why is he putting his mask on in the park? It's not all New Yorkers. It's all over the country. They're they're in England. They're all over the world.
That's another thing I've learned. I've always sort of thought everyone was like New York, but
no, it's not. The rest of the country is not. Not locked down.
Especially during the election.
Yeah.
So I kind of think it's the same thing, Republican and Democrat. I personally don't understand the differences. Maybe it's because I'm stupid.
It's the same. No, they play on the same team. You're right. If you don't follow it closely, you realize that they play on the same team, and there is no difference.
Yeah, I don't want.
If you follow it closely, then you pick a side.
I don't want to argue with people. I just find people argue about it, and. Yeah, I want to be peaceful.
You think the elections that we saw in 2000 recently, the primary with Bernie Sanders versus Joe Biden, was fair?
I really don't know. I didn't really follow it. I don't know anything about politics, to be perfectly honest with you. Right. I don't consider myself. Maybe I have a confidence issue.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. I'm not sure anyone's smart enough to know how to run other people's lives. So it's.
Right.
I'm not sure if that sort of intelligence even exists.
We agree that the best thing to do right now is get outside, get some air, and talk to people, and not stay in your home afraid.
Can I give you a hug?
What's that?
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, give me a hug. Oh, that was a show of affection.
I don't want to get arrested for hugging you.
That'd be funny. Would that be funny? If we got hug me again. Hug me again.
I heard it.
Hug me again.
I don't.
Okay, we did it once.
I'm too scared.
I
just needed some affection.
Right, exactly.
I hear about it on the news and stuff like that. It's really scary.
It's fucked up, right? I saw a guy, I just told the story, but I saw a girl, they're walking together, a guy and a girl. And the girl grabs the guy's hand, and the guy grabs the girl's hand, and she pulled her hand away, like as if to don't touch me in public. What the hell is that all about, man? That's like spooked me out. It's like, that's your girlfriend, that's your boyfriend. What the fuck?
Well, some people want to be touched and some people don't. I'm a very affectionate person.
Yeah.
I like to be held.
Why do you want? Yeah, because the truth brings that out. See, we can go in two directions. People could get so depressed with what they lost in this reset.
Sure.
And never come around to knowing that talking to someone that you don't know is a good thing, and you learn stuff, and you learn from other people, right?
Oh, sure. You are who your friends are. You get in a lot of trouble hanging around with the wrong people, and
yes.
And you can go a lot of places. You can go a lot of places going with good people, and it's weird. No one wants to be alone, and
Do you think that people know if they're good or bad? Do you think people know? Do you think most people think of themselves as good when everybody else thinks of them as bad?
Sure, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know. That's a phenomenal question. You seem like a smart guy. I can see why you have a YouTube channel.
That's why I ask the questions. I don't always know the answer, but I ask the question because I think most people see themselves as good, and then they get frustrated, and then they want to hurt other people, and they get bad. Rather than, for example, leaning into their work, their art, rather than put their energy into that. They put their energy into being pissed off at somebody else and blaming that person for not getting what they want.
I think a lot of people can follow into bad habits and stuff like that. I'll read like a motivational quote and say, all right, I'm not going to be negative anymore, and I'll be positive for a couple of days.
And then some cunt comes along and steps on you.
It's contagious.
Right. Two or 3 weeks ago, I was getting into a lot of fights with people because it's not just them; it was me as well. Because people were hostile, and I'm like a cartoon character, and they found me like annoying, and I was getting into a lot of fights. And now, I guess I've tweaked my ability to get close to people and talk. Like you would have never talked to me. I think people are opening up a little bit to that, but I'm a professional. What do people do that? How do people meet each other again? What's the mechanism by which people meet each other if they can't walk up to each other and talk?
Sure, yeah. I do this thing now where if I see a beautiful woman, I go up to her and I tell her I think she's beautiful. Yeah. And a lot of times people are like, yeah, get away from me. But
that's going to change.
No, I mean sometimes it's good.
That's going to change.
Sometimes I've met a lot of beautiful women that way, and a lot of times they're flattered. And I would say overall it's been a positive experience. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get hurt a lot, and I haven't eaten any food in 19 days.
Why not?
I guess I just feel lonely inside. That's how I cope with it. Yeah.
That's pretty heavy. That's a pretty heavy. Nothing. Do you drink water?
I'm drinking juice.
So you're just drinking juice, no solid food in 19 days.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a story.
My record's 70 days doing it. It's like a trophy. I'm just sick in the head. I have mental problems. I don't know. It's.
Do you find that you're more sane now with this whole thing, or you find you're less
the coronavirus?
Sane? Yeah.
I mean, it's. I would definitely say it just gives me a different perspective. The main perspective I would say, I have stalkers in this park. So I'm always
we all do.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy people. A lot of good people, a lot of crazy people too.
You got to learn how to have your boundaries.
Sure.
The musicians know I'm working right now. If they come over and talk to me, I'm going to scream in their face.
Sure.
Don't fucking talk to me right now. Do you see what I'm doing? We'll talk later. And they're my friends.
Let me answer your question, though. You said about this whole... I would say the main thing that I've learned from this virus is I should probably take risks. You know? I mean, because it's just like the world... I don't really know what's going to happen, but people say there could be food shortages, and now... I remember when it first happened, a lot of the shelves were empty, and I've never seen lines like out of this in grocery stores, and I hear about...
Yeah, but when you go into grocery stores, they're empty. Even if there's a line outside, they're not empty, but they're not crowded.
Sure. I mean,
like Whole Foods on 14th Street, it's not crowded in there.
It's not?
There could be a line outside, and you go in, and it's not crowded.
I don't want to say my views on if you have different. I'm sorry. If you have different views on.
Say whatever you want.
If you have different views on one thing than another, people get very, very angry at you.
There's no censorship here.
Well, I just
only if you're a dick.
I just want to avoid conflict.
When you're being a dick, then you'll have a conflict.
I just want to avoid conflict. I think it's really scary that people on the news and stuff like that will get death threats and stuff. I think that's very scary.
Yeah.
And
I've gotten sued about half a dozen times.
Sure.
Just speaking the truth.
It's I don't think there is a truth. There's a song called by Bright Eyes, and I think one of the lyrics is
Bright Eyes.
You know Bright Eyes?
I know Bright Eyes. Of course I know Bright Eyes.
Yeah, that's sad people music.
What's his name?
Conor Oberst.
Conor Oberst.
But he has that lyric that there is no truth. There's only what we make the truth. So if someone wants to say 2 + 2 is 1, that can be the truth.
You know my critique of Bright Eyes is that he put out too much material too fast.
Oh yeah.
Like he never honed his pop sensibility. Right, he never broke big.
He's a very successful musician. I wouldn't. So I mean, everyone can criticize someone else for not doing, but I think
he's not U2, is what I'm saying.
Oh sure, yeah, my mother loves U2. But I would say anytime when you try doing something, for me at least, I feel like most of my life.
He's super talented though. I mean, I've gotten sucked into his an old double album that he made, and I listened to every song. When do you listen to every song of a band?
It makes me feel sad. I try not, but that's what the blues is. That's the music. I don't know. And I also try not to listen to music in the city because I want to hear the birds.
Yeah. I don't walk around with music in my head at all.
And a lot of
I listen to AM radio, and I listen to the chaos of the because that's what I talk about, politics. So I listen to the.
Oh, that's so controversial.
Well, yeah, but it is. But if you're going to make any change, that's where it has to go. You have to seize power in the bowels of. Well, maybe not. I might be wrong. Maybe it's in the street.
I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I just want to avoid.
It's really good talking to you, man. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm too nervous on camera.
This look. Give me a hug while the.
Oh,
no, we don't.
You're a cool guy. I look forward to watching your channel.
Yeah, man. Those are the social distance police having a good time in the sun right now. Hey, good talking to you, man. Let me continue. Good talking to you, man.
Do you have an email or something?
I have a. I'm going to give you a. I'm going to give you a sticker.
I have the sticker. It doesn't
Oh.
have anything on it.
No. See my name, Marcus Conti.
Oh, okay.
Just marcusconti.com or
You have
Marcus
contact
Conti on
information
YouTube.
there?
Yeah. You can just go. We're on
Excuse me,
YouTube every day.
I love your outfit. You look so cool. What's your name?
What's up, cowboy? Cowgirl?
Hello, I'm
How are you?
Claire.
Claire. Nice to
Yeah,
meet you, Claire.
nice to meet
Nice to meet you, Claire.
you.
Marcus.
Hello, nice to meet you,
I'm
Marcus.
making a recording. You're in
You
it
always
now.
dress like this?
Yeah, I grew up on a farm in New Mexico.
Wow.
See, New York has everyone. Like that's.
Yeah, that's-
How'd you land in New York from New Mexico?
Like-
I'm sorry, I stole your thunder.
No,
God, you
no,
asked the
no,
question.
You steal the. Don't even use my footage. Just use
No,
her. She's way better looking. You'll get better views.
No, there's no edits in what I do. It's the whole thing goes up.
What's your name? One more time, Claire.
I'm Clara.
I'm getting too close to you.
No, I don't care about
So,
that.
so
So did you raise animals? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you raise animals?
So my grandfather had a cattle farm growing up
Uh-huh.
in New Mexico, and then my dad has a racehorse farm now.
And now you're a vegetarian?
How is that now?
Oh, yeah, isn't that so weird?
how did I know that?
Yeah. I stopped eating meat when I was 5.
I tell fortunes in my spare time.
But it's so weird.
So you raised cattle as a child, and you grew fond of cows, and now you refuse to eat them.
Well, no, I stopped eating meat when I was 5. But I
Oh, okay.
respected my grandfather's way of life because everyone. That's what makes
Why
America.
did you stop at 5? Someone had to tell you to stop at 5.
No.
Nobody.
I told
just said, "I'm
myself,
done"?
Everybody else ate meat but me.
That's fascinating.
And I said I wasn't going to eat meat, but I still had to help on the farm because that's his way of life, and you have to respect people because everybody has a different way of life. But for me, I stopped eating it.
How you doing in this pandemic? Is it killing you?
Um,
Are you ready to jump out a window, or are you ready to come out with a cowboy hat and dance in the park?
Well, I obviously am not good at following the rules.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to die.
Good talk. Oh, we're all gonna die. I'm sorry. I thought you were done with me. Okay,
No.
go ahead.
I said
We're all gonna die.
that's life. You die. You can't live in fear. Like the pandemic has been going on for a
Did
while.
you get sick at all?
I did in January though.
End of January?
Yep.
Me too.
You look very healthy.
I appreciate that.
Let me.
yeah.
Can I push you a little bit? I'll
Yeah.
tell you my. If you don't feel comfortable telling me, I'll tell you what happened to me
tell me.
first.
Don't leave. You're a friend.
So I already interviewed him for 20 minutes. We're done with him.
Don't leave.
So tell me about the symptoms of coronavirus. I had it. It was. I want to hear you first, and then I'll tell you mine.
So I went to a bull riding in New Hampshire, and on the way back, I started coughing, and then
Right away.
on the way home, it was strange. So I thought I just had a cough, but then for 5 days, I couldn't eat. I had a.
How do you know it didn't creep on you 2 days before that?
Well, I don't know the exact day it started. I'm just saying I
Okay.
started with the cough
Symptoms at an event.
on the way home.
On the way home from an event,
Yeah.
symptoms. I'm just saying it because you could have contracted it 48 hours before
Oh,
that.
of course. Like I don't know. Like
You
the
don't know
exact-
where.
I didn't set up like a graph board.
Nobody does. So what are the symptoms?
Mine, I had a cough. I was throwing up.
A real cough or
Oh, I
a
couldn't
severe?
breathe. There was a day I was on the bathroom floor and I was gasping for air so bad that I lost my eyesight, and
Passed out.
my heart started like jumping and my body was kicking. So I don't know if I was going to cardiac arrest, but I'm kind of stubborn, so I didn't call 911. And I said, well, if this is how I die, this is how I die. I had a good run. I had a good life. So I got over that.
So tell me about the cough. Did you have like the sense of sand in the back of your throat?
Oh, I couldn't even feel the back of my throat. It was like my lungs were collapsing. I was gasping for air and wheezing. I thought somebody poisoned me. I know it sounds very crazy.
No, it doesn't at all. That's what I thought. Tell me about your dreams. Were you dreaming weird dreams?
I would wake up covered in sweat, and then I would tell myself, "Oh, it's from the swimming pool. I don't have a swimming pool." And then I
Yeah.
would wake up the craziest dreams. I would wake up covered.
Yeah,
in
you were
sweat.
having a. Let me
And then
put
I
this
had a
in.
dream that I was playing basketball with.
You
with
were
Tom
you were
Brady.
trying to figure something out.
I don't play basketball.
Dreams never make sense.
They don't. And I would wake up covered.
No, but this is different. This
Yeah,
was
weird
this
dreams.
was weird.
Soaking wet, and then I would just tell myself, "Oh, it's from the swimming pool," and I don't have a swimming pool, so like it didn't make any sense.
So you were trying to solve a problem that you couldn't solve.
And then I had weird dreams
And it's
of
the same
starving
thing over and
dogs.
over again. Starving dogs.
Starving dogs. I don't know what that's to come.
And so you had the cold sweats. You were hot and cold at the same
My
time.
body was aching.
Lots of aches and pains. Cough that just refused to let up. Fever.
Oh, terrible. That's when
101,
the
102. Did you have a thermometer at the time? I
I
didn't.
did not. I was just.
You didn't know you had a fever.
Oh, for sure. Like I felt like my body was gonna completely. I thought my body was breaking up with me, and it was my final run.
Right. Me too. Me too. It was the worst flu I ever had.
Yeah.
And then you bounced back. How was the recovery?
Well, I didn't.
I ran. I used to go outside and run.
Oh,
In early February, I was outside. I felt like I was going to pass out, and I would
I
run.
was like, I'm never going to be active again. I was so exhausted. My
Right.
body was so weak, and I didn't eat for
And you
5
pushed
days.
and you pushed yourself, and you pushed through.
Oh, for sure. I grew up like old school. My grandfather like was super
Never
tough.
went to the doctor.
No.
Me either.
I don't. I know
Were
it
you
sounds.
vaccinated?
No.
Good for you. That's why you survived. Me
No,
too.
I don't trust.
Ever take
the
a flu shot?
system.
You ever-
I don't trust the system.
You never took a flu shot.
Never take the flu shot. I don't go to the doctor.
Me either. Don't listen to me.
Oh, for sure. 5G. They're coming for us.
The 5G's coming.
Yeah.
It's here.
You just have to enjoy it.
The
Like,
the 5G
it's all around.
is there. The 5G is down that block.
Crazy. I think that's conspiracy.
That's a different discussion.
It's a different day.
The belief, I'll tell you what the belief is. The belief is that, hey, get on this side. Come in, get in the picture, man.
Be back,
So
my friend.
he's got to look at him. He's going the other way. So anyway, so we're dancing. The belief with the 5G is that
Well, it's radiation. So
right
with
that no,
radiation,
but it activated the
Oh,
it can
yeah, I've heard
activate
that too.
it can
Activate
activate the
virus.
coronavirus.
I have no idea what it is at all. Not even the slightest. How can anyone
5G?
keep up with all that's going on?
It's crazy conspiracy.
So like, it was not even a conspiracy.
I think it's just a straight up lie.
radiation.
Yeah, but they could turn it up. It's a weapon.
Oh, for
5G
sure.
is
I
used
don't
as a
trust
weapon
it.
to
Like,
confuse
you
the shit
have
out of
to,
people. That's not a theory. That's
Oh, no,
people watching
it's-
this are
it's
going to say
radiation.
she.
Who's
I'll
the
tell you the
option?
comment. They're going to listen to you. They're going to listen to what you said and says she doesn't know what she's talking about. That's what they'll say.
Oh, of course.
And you
They're parrots. People are parrots. They're brainwashed by the system, so they repeat everything they hear from the news,
Ah.
social media, and like any kind of social feed they have.
yeah.
I don't have any.
You heard that? You're parrots. You're parrots, man.
You repeat things. Like nobody has their own ideas anymore. And like it's okay to like entertain conspiracies and just hear them out.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to believe them. And like with everything you
And
have
fight
to,
for them and
it
be
doesn't
argumentative
have to
about it.
fight people because they have a different opinion than yours. This is America. That's what makes it so great because we're different. Because there's farmers and there's people in finance. There's people that are artists and there's people that are working in places where they do mechanics. Like
You think
that's
it's going to bounce back?
we
You
have
think
no
people are
choice.
resilient? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? A lot of people are very depressed, still very
People-
down in
People are
dumps.
living in fear.
They're living
And
in fear.
fear weakens your immune system. So you know what? We're gonna die anyway. Get out and live. Enjoy your life. Of
Right.
course, be smart and like
Yeah, wash your hands.
wash your hands and take care of yourself. If you want to wear a mask and you feel safe, then do that. If you
If you hear people that are sick, walk away. That's all. That's okay.
From New York, aren't you?
Respectfully. Yeah, my whole life.
just
I
respect
can hear it in
people.
your voice. That
And-
accent's going away, you know? Because
Yeah.
although people, it's just not. It's not
Yeah, I know
common
where to
anymore.
find it. I'll show you a video of a guy, Mike, right around the corner that I go to, and he's the most New York guy I've ever met. I talk to him every day. He's on the corner down there. I did a whole video with him. Fascinating guy.
Both my parents were born and raised in Brooklyn, and they have your accent.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's
So-
sad how you really hear it more in the cops and the firemen and stuff like that.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of the
there you go.
public.
You got it. So we got you both in the same frame. So let's say, yeah, you go. So it's good, really good talking to you, man. It's a YouTube channel. This is people
What's
are
the
very.
channel? I have no
Marcus
social
Conti.
media. I like live in. I'm a hermit.
Oh, good for you. So
Yeah.
I'll give you something you can't even find me. But it's my name is in the hat. If you Google it or whatever.
Do you know
I
Lou
like
Conti?
this. Oh no,
No.
but this is my thing. If you want to stay in and you feel like you're not safe, stay in. But if you want to go out and live, then you should have the right to. Like everything is.
course.
Yeah,
Did you hear
live.
what Alan Dershowitz said?
I did hear what Alan Dershowitz said that everybody should be required to a mandatory vaccine. What do you think of that?
No comment.
Who's fucking Alan Dershowitz anyway? He's an idiot.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guy who defended Jeffrey Epstein and connected to Trump in some way.
There's profit to be made off of
He
it.
knows Trump.
That's why they push him.
And he came out and said, and you know, I know that I got to give kudos to Jason Goodman. Jason Goodman interviewed him, Dershowitz. That's where they're hearing this from, on mainstream media. Jason Goodman asked Alan Dershowitz something, and Dershowitz said that you don't have a constitutional right not to be vaccinated. So thank you, Jason Goodman. Fucking asshole.
That we don't?
What's that?
He said we don't have a.
Dershowitz said that we don't have a constitutional right to say no to a vaccine.
It's so
Meaning
funny.
that
This is kind of becoming
Pull-
new
pull your-
China.
pick up
Isn't
your
it
arm.
interesting how like we exactly.
he's a nobody, but I'm
took
just
the-
this is
the
what
blueprint
he's
of how
influential.
China
Yeah.
reacted to the pandemic, and we just acted like that. Like, what about human rights and like just kind of any liberty? Like, it was taken away. You should have a right to say, if I want to be put in danger. Like, that's life. Life is
Yeah.
full of dangerous things.
Risk reward.
Yeah, it's walking out your front door is a risk. But that doesn't mean you should live
So
in fear.
final question. Do you think that this is a blessing in disguise? People are going to wake up to some new kind of reality, some sort of awakening like hippies in the 60s, or are they going to come out and it's going to become like
People, look around. People are living in fear. They
So
think
what's the answer? So which way is it going to go? Give me your prediction, Psychic.
I just don't. I think people hopefully have a mind inside them and a heart to like think for themselves and say,
They're listening to people like you.
Well, I'm not even. Just think for yourself. That's it. Like, don't believe what people are telling you. Don't just take everything for fact. Like, embrace it. Like, hear people out, listen to their opinion, and respect their opinion. People are different. We all were raised different. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences. That doesn't make it right or wrong, or you should not like somebody because they believe in something else. Respect it. That's what America is. It's this beautiful place that makes us all so different, and we come together and makes us united.
And so if we do that, then we're going down the avenue of good,
Yeah,
right?
We're never gonna be good.
We're going to the awakening, because that's what I think is going to happen. You're not the first sign of it. The first sign of it will be when these guys are professional buskers in the park.
Yeah.
Some of the sign of it will be when original music starts to spill out onto the street, where people who are really good,
Well, music.
start to, like when they start to play.
Think about it.
Then you're going to see, and it's singing about this.
Music.
That's when you'll see you could see a pop. That's always watch the arts, the economy, watch the stock market. But
It doesn't
the
seem
arts,
to-
watch the
I
parks.
feel like I get sick when I try learning about that stuff because it's so volatile and no one seems to understand it.
Yeah,
what?
Some people do, but it's not me.
Understand what?
The
stock market.
Things
Oh,
like that, the
it's-
economy as a whole.
Well, the
It's
greed,
very
the greed is
controversial.
on display in the market.
I just want to say I believe everything that CNN and
Sorry.
NBC and the politicians tell me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think you're crazy talking about
No, but
liberty.
see,
and-
that's the problem. You are just believing what they're
gonna
saying.
kill us.
Let them kill. I'd rather kill. Literally, you can't live in fear and expect to have freedom. Like, you have to be able to say, this is what I think. And if they want, I'm sure I am monitored on my phone for the things I say and the things I believe and the things I go against. But that's America. You can't just say the news.
It's not America, Big Brother spying on you. I know what you mean. Yeah, I
No,
get
but
it.
Big Brother's definitely watching, right? I
All
agree
the-
with you. But
all
so
the
what?
time.
Flip them a finger.
I think that can be a good thing sometimes when people are, if you're like preying on other people, if someone's like stalking someone,
Yeah.
sometimes
That's a bad phenomenon these days. A lot of people stalk other people.
no, but
You're
so,
giving up your
Sure,
freedoms.
sure.
in-
No, well, what I'm saying is if
for fear.
there's cameras in the park and someone
But
gets
that makes sense. That's a different thing. Monitoring
Sure.
my cell phone and saying where I'm going, what time I'm going, and what I'm listening to. That's.
Well, I'm just saying you could have a.
For instance, when this pandemic started, they were using Google to see who was practicing the staying at home order. That's not
Right.
okay.
Yeah, sure.
That's-
I've been out. I've been out every day since the beginning of it.
Good for you.
Every single day, sometimes all
But
day.
you have to get immune to it. You have to be around it.
Oh, I already had it. I had it like you, so I am immune to it. I know that. I study biology.
It started.
I actually looked it up. I actually dove in and found out that, and went to the hospitals and saw that there was millions of cases and very little death. They lied to
I
us.
was in the hospital
Oh.
yesterday. It was quite empty.
Empty.
Please don't
What
kill
el-
me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who are you so afraid of?
I don't know.
You can't. That's what the problem is.
He's afraid of the
Everybody
thought
lives in
police.
fear.
He's
You
afraid of
can't.
the thought
And don't
police.
believe everything you say.
I
just
just
because
see-
it
I
comes
just
from
see-
a media or any kind of form of news doesn't mean it's completely true. It doesn't mean it's fake
Right.
either, but you have to take it with a grain of salt. Everything's an
You
opinion.
let the audience decide. We're just
You-
talking. They critique me just like they
I'm sure
critique
they're
you.
gonna say, oh, she's from Texas and she has all
I've
these-
been called everything you can imagine and then some.
Get in line for the
Everything
people
but a
that don't like
child
me.
of God.
Yeah, but it's like I don't really care what people think about me, because that's not what life's about. I'm living.
I'm interested in it
I
actually.
hear a lot. I know a lot of people who have large YouTube accounts and they have stalkers and stuff like that. And to me, I just find that very
I
scary.
have tons of stalkers. I got them.
There's varying degrees. Like John Lennon had a
No,
stalker.
I have
now
real
he's-
stalkers.
Now he's not
I have
here
real stalkers
anymore.
that file
That's-
lawsuits that follow you around and make 20 YouTube
I
videos
heard
about
Eminem,
you.
Did you hear? I was on the news. Eminem had someone break.
I got a guy. I got a guy who
like
makes.
a couple days
I got
ago.
a guy that made over 100 YouTube videos about me, and how he's going to sue me and stalk me
Why?
because I sided with one of his enemies in a. He alleges that I sided with.
I'm gonna get sunburned. I'm like a pale kid. I know.
Right. But that's a long story. But the point is that I know what you're talking about with stalkers. I'm going to let you guys go because I
Nice
want to
meet
wrap
you.
this up.
Wait, can I just say? I know I probably sound crazy, but think about everything before you take it as fact. That's it. Regardless of where it's coming from or who tells you, just think for yourself. That's it.
What's your name?
I'm Clara. Nice to meet you guys.
All right, good talking to you.
I want everyone on the camera to know Claire smells really nice too.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
good news. Hey, thanks for talking, man. Let me finish this up. Thank you. Wow, those people are great, man. Holy shit, friendly people. Look, they just met and fell in love. See that? Ah, they fell in love. They met. I don't know if were they friends? I couldn't tell. They're friends now, that's for sure. Oh, it's good stuff, man. Wow, we're going long, man. We're taking a deep dive in Washington Square Park today. Holy shit, we're learning all about people, man. So fear, that's what's driving the whole thing, fear. I think that's the title, fear. People are terrified. I saw a lot of blank stares today, I'm telling you. It made me a little nervous. And you're not going to see those people in the park because they're afraid to come in. They're afraid. So Marcus Conte reporting here from Washington Square Park, taking the temperature. I think people are, I'm not going to say they're coming around because I've been in the park too much. They're coming around in the park, but there's a lot of zombies walking around on the street. There's going to be a lot of panic. People appear to be running out of money. People appear to be very, very negative, and last week they seemed to be friendly. They're friendly and approachable, but they're very, very negative, very down. So that's food for thought. Marcus Conte reporting.